So there's part of me that doesn't even want to tell you guys this story, but it happened. And I think that you guys will find it as humorous as I do. Now, I'm going to start this story and I'm going to tell you a preface first. I am not putting anybody down, and I'm not doing this to like be mean or destructive or belittle or anything. I'm just telling you what I've gone through. Okay, so understand that. I am not in any way trying to bash or put down or have a rally call to there should be some change. I'm just telling you guys the story. So the other day my phone rings and I've got my headset on. Hello, BBI. And it's one of my customers, also one of my Patreons, and a friend of mine. He says, "Brother, I've got a problem." And I said, "Yeah, what's your problem?" He goes, "My power switch on my Ameritron AL or 811H or A. It's an 811 4-tuber. Okay. The power switch went bad on it." And I said, "How's that a big deal?" And he goes, "Well, I tried to call Ameritron to buy a new switch, and he talks real slow. He goes, and they wouldn't sell it to me because I wouldn't give them my ham radio call sign." Now, this is where the sticky icky bit is at, okay? I know it's sticky, and there's going to be people out there that have opinions on both sides of the street. Either he doesn't want to give up his call sign information to get a frippin' on-off switch, just a part. We're not talking about an amplifier or anything erroneous or anything. He just wanted a switch. And he didn't feel like he needed to sacrifice his personal information to be able to buy an on-off switch. Which, whatever. The thought that came into my brain was, wow, that's brave. Now, I can understand going back in time thinking about this 20, 30 years ago, where, that was a deal. Okay, you call up one of these companies and they would want your call sign to verify that you're, have a legit use for their piece of equipment. But this is a part. Okay, and I'm sure that they do it underneath the guise of just information tracking of your account or whatnot. Look, the world I grew up in, when I was a kid, somebody told me, I think it was the neighbor guy across the way, told me if you took dry ice and hot water and put it in a 1 gallon, the 1 gallon pop bottle, like a 2-liter pop bottle with hot water, put dry ice in it, shook it up, screw the cap on real quick and threw it in your yard, it would blow up. And I went, whoa, cool. Okay. I said, well, where do you get dry ice from? And he goes, well, you can either get it at our local stores, Albertsons. It'd be like a Safeway or whatever for you guys. Or anyhow, you get it, like Walmart or whatever. Or Winco, whatever. So I get on my little Huffy bicycle. And I just got my $5 lawn mowing money. And I go up to the Albertsons, which is a local grocery store. And I said, I want to buy dry ice. And the manager behind the counter that I had to deal with says, well, what are you going to use it for? I said, man, my neighbor told me if I get some dry ice and I put it inside of a pop bottle and shake it up real good, put the cap on it, shake it up real good, and then throw it in the yard, it'll blow up. He says to me, cool. And he sold me dry ice. That's the world I grew up in, and I've got fond memories of like having to install the seat belts in my 1970 or my parents' 1970 Volkswagen bus. It was one of the Vanagon things, and having to have a very serious conversation with my dad about how he thinks that this is BS, that the government's making us have to put seat belts in vehicles. It should be up to us, the consumer, to have our own choice and privilege. Boy, how times have changed, right? So Understanding that going forward, I thought to myself, wow, that's awfully brave of Ameritron slash MFJ slash Conglomerate Corp Big America. Okay. It's like, how can that even still be a policy? That they're going to refuse to sell you something unless you are part of a certain demographic. To me, it's like, wow, and sue happy America? Brave. I said, brother, don't worry about it. I got you, man. I got you. Being that I've been an amateur radio operator for 30-something years, I got me one of them call signs, and I'm not afraid to share it. So I said, I got you, man. I got you. Well, I've had this and I put it on my laundry list. I got a whole thing of Post-it notes, and as I work through it, I pull the Post-it notes out and I throw away. So it was on the bottom of the Post-it note thing. So it took me about a week to be able to get around to where I could just call them. It is like the middle of the afternoon. He calls me and he says to me, he goes, have you had a chance to call Ameritron yet to get my on-off switch? And I was like, no, damn. Let me get off the phone with you. I'll call them right now. So I dial up the 1-800 number. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hello, Ameritron. And the gal that answered the phone, she was really super sweet. And you can tell she's been there for a long time. She didn't take no shit from nobody. She's like, oh, let me switch you over to the tech department. She goes, I can place an order for you, but you don't know the part number. Now, not that I don't know how, because it is my job to fix all of your all stuff. Believe me, I know how to do what I'm going to tell you to do. Get on the internet, get an expanded version of it, or get a parts schematic list, and go find a part number, and I could have simply said right then, this is the part that I need. I also could have gotten on eBay and gotten the same flippin' switch for like $4.95 and like $1.50 delivery fee. I don't know how you can deliver anything at $1.50 in today's world, but I wanted to go through the process. The reason I say this is because I have another friend of mine. He owns the second largest CB shop in the United States, and he's also an amateur operator. And he's got a Ameritron AL80, whatever. It's a single 3.5 in it. It needed a band switch. The band switch was burned out in it. Well, I've got it up here for repair, and I call him and I say, hey man, your amp that you've got here for repair needs a band switch. And he proceeds to tell me the nightmare he went through to get the band switch. It's a flipping part. He goes, I have a commercial account. I've got a commercial banking account. I've got every little business, legit full up tax paying brick and mortar building business. Same thing I got going on here. I was like, I want to have this experience too. Now, as you all know, I'm not a big fan of the MFJ equipment. I feel that MFJ, this is a personal opinion, MFJ makes a lot of products, and usually they are engineered to the sharpest pencil point of the cheapest components to barely make it qualify to work for what they want to do. I don't want to say they're bad, because there's some products that they produce that are not bad, but in the same breath, they're not the most robust. That makes sense. They're not that. Some of their equipment, I swear to God, my 16-year-old daughter can solder better than the guys that have been putting their equipment together. I'm getting off topic. I'm not a fan. The watt meters are usually within 20 to 30% of being accurate. Their antenna switches usually fail at about half rated power. They have bought a lot of different companies, and the companies were built off of the architecture of great components inside the equipment. And when the company gets purchased, the bean counters move in, and instead of using a $7.85 relay that has worked for 40 years with zero complaints, the bean counters say, well, we can buy this part from China that costs $5.50, and then all of a sudden they have what they call a calculated loss issue that takes place where 1 out of every 10 of the relays will fail on the end user, and so they know They know, they do the math, that they're gonna save more money than what it's gonna cost them to do the repair down the line. Overall numbers. Hey, whatever. My story begins with me deciding to call them. Now, it is 2 o'clock. See, I gotta make sure I get my numbers right on my times. Sorry about that. I wanted to mute my phone because I knew it was gonna just keep going off. As soon as it starts going off, it doesn't stop all day. So it was 2:58 when I called in the afternoon. It's going to come into play here in a minute. So dial up Ameritron and sweet gal and get transferred over to the tech department so they can get me a part number. Well, I spent 20, 30 seconds with the phone ringing. She answers. I have to tell her who I am and what I want and what I'm looking for. And she talks me through her little bit of the process and she puts me on hold. And I spend about maybe 45 seconds on hold. So now it is 2:59 my time. And where they're at is an hour behind me. So it is 3:59 their time. And I'd had a hell of a day. I even got a jury summons that day. Okay. It just, the whole day had been messed up. Like, spent 5 minutes looking for my phone even though it's ringing in my pocket kind of deal, 10 minutes looking for my sunglasses even though they're on my head, like right up here on my hat. It just one of those days where everything was off. I'm just like, okay, let's call Ameritron, let's start this process. This was 3 days ago now. So the tech gets on the phone and I tell him, hi, my name is, and this is what I'm looking for. And he goes, oh, okay. Hey, you know what? Hold on. It's 4 o'clock. Hold on 1 second. And he puts me on hold. I'm like, did they switch me to the wrong? Did I go to the wrong department? Is he transferring me? I have no idea what's going on. And then all of a sudden I'm back to the general secretary on the phone, or I don't want to use secretary. That's the wrong term to use. The person, the gal that answers the phone. I'm back to the main person. She goes, hi. MFJ. And so I said, oh, I'm sorry. I just called. We spoke just like a few minutes ago. And I said, I was able to talk with the tech and I told him what I was looking for. And he told me, oh, it's 4 o'clock and he put me on hold. And she goes, oh yeah, well, who you need to get a hold of is in the tech department. And it's 4 o'clock and they're all gone for the day. It had been 30 seconds. So it gets better. The story gets better. I called like 30 seconds before 4 o'clock their time, and he just put me on hold like, no, F off. Screw you, dude. Sent me back to the general reception and walked out the door, clocked out. Hey, man, I got to put you on hold, man. I got to go clock out and leave. Man, I'm telling you, I wish I could work in that environment. There's parts of me that wishes I could work in that environment. That's the one upside, I guess, to all the other rules that go along with working in that environment. But I would never in my wildest dreams think of that. Oh, hold on, I got to put you on hold, and then just go clock out. She tells me I need to call back the next day, and I need to speak to a dude. Where's my notes? A dude by the name of Rob. Rob is the Ameritron expert. Please note, I've already got the part number because at this point I've already done the Google search. I'm like, oh, okay. Now please understand, I understand that some of you guys that are out there don't really want to get on the internet and go look for the part number, and you'd rather deal with somebody person to person, because we all grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, where before the internet, the world's largest conveyance of porn ever was created. And you can find other stuff like part numbers and shit for switches. We like to talk to people. I like to talk to people. My whole business is built by me talking on the phone. I like to talk on the phone. You got a project or a question or whatever you call, and you talk to me directly. That's my number's right there. Everybody in the world's got it. Okay. I was like, okay, I'm going to play along. Customer's not really in a rush. I'm sure he's kind of in a rush. I'm not really in a rush, but I want to see how this works out. So yesterday rolls around, and I decide I'm going to call Ameritron and I'm going to go get this part, or at least get the part number. So it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I did this intentionally because I can only assume that if 4 o'clock is so set in stone that you can't answer a simple question like that, that you got to clock out at 4 o'clock, that I figured lunch is probably going to be somewhere between noon and 1, and boy, I don't want to interfere with that. I'll get spun back onto the Hold universe for an hour. I'm laughing. Believe me, this is funny to me. It gets better. We're not done yet. So I called yesterday and I said, hi, my name is, I called yesterday, and I was still trying to get a hold of that part number, and I was told to ask for Rob. And a gal that answered the phone, same gal from before, she goes, oh, okay, hold on. So she transfers me. And I'm on hold, and I'm on hold, and I'm on hold, and I'm on hold, and then somebody answers, and then I'm on hold, and then I'm on hold, and then I'm on hold, and then somebody answers, and then I'm on hold, and then I'm... And she finally answers the phone. She goes, oh, I'm sorry, I don't think Rob's answering his phone back there. I said, yeah, somebody keeps answering. She goes, oh, that's me. I'm just keep trying to transfer you back there to Rob. He's not answering his phone. Let me get you anybody in the tech department. They'll be able to help you with this simple question. It's now like 1:10. So I'm into this whole thing now for maybe 20 minutes a time to find out a part number. So phone rings, phone rings, phone rings, phone rings, phone rings. She goes, we'll try again. Phone rings, phone rings, phone rings. They must have been having some kind of meeting. They must have just discovered 2 girls, 1 cup or something, and they're all, I don't know. So this gentleman answers the phone. His name's going to remain nameless because I don't want to get him in trouble, and I'm not interested in getting people in trouble. That's not the point behind this. I just think it's hilarious. This guy answers the phone. I said, hi, my name is, and this is what I'm wanting to do, and this is what I'm looking for. And he goes, oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, that switch number is 507-1151. I said, sweet, thank you. He goes, that's all you need? And I said, yeah. And all I hear is click on the other end of the phone. And I went, because I was waiting to say I wanted to order. I need to order the switch. Why would I call and say, hey, I'm looking for a switch. Can I get the part number for it so I can place it? I just stood there and stared at my phone for a minute and went, wow. So we're on day number 3. I've got all the pertinent information written down on a little Post-it note. Let's give Ameritron a call and let's see what they have to say about trying to get us this part. There might be parts in this where I go ahead and I mute the audio or I beep the audio out because it's like credit card information and stuff. But I'm kind of curious. To see how well this works out. Let's go.
Thank you for calling MFJ. If you know the extension of the party you are trying to reach, please dial it now. If you are ready to place an order or are checking on an existing order, push 4. If you are needing technical assistance, checking on a please hold on while I try that extension.
To a total of 15 amps capacity, divided by 6 pair of heavy-duty 5-way bonding posts spaced for standard dual banana plugs. It includes 6 feet of super heavy-duty 8-gauge color-coded cable with ring-tongue terminals. The MFJ 1116 steps it up by adding fuse protection, an on-off power switch, and a 0 to 25 volt DC meter. The MFJ 1117 strip has 4 pair of extra heavy-duty bonding posts and can handle up to 35 amps total. It's suitable for higher current demands of most HF transceivers.
The person you are trying to reach is not available right now.
I'm just trying to reach the sales department.
I'm sorry, I did not hear your selection. Please re-enter your selection now.
Thank
you for calling MFJ. If you know the extension of the party you are trying to reach, please dial it now. If you are ready to place an order or are checking on an existing order, push 4. If you are needing technical assistance, checking on a repair, or needing to place a parts order, call 662-323. Please hold on while I try that extension.
It wants me to hit 4 to place an order, and that's what I want to do, so I've done it now twice.
Total are protected by a master fuse and have an on-off switch and an on LED indicator, built-in 0 to 25 volt DC voltmeter, 6 feet of super heavy-duty 8-gauge color-coded cable with ring tongue terminals, and the binding posts are spaced for standard banana plugs. No matter what your power distribution needs, MFJ's got a solution for you. For more information, visit MFJenterprises.com today. For years, hams have relied on the world's most popular antenna.
The person you are trying to reach is not available right now.
Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry, I did not hear your selection. Please re-enter your selection now. Thank you for calling MFJ. If you know the extension of the party you are trying to reach, please dial it now. If you are ready to place an order or are checking on an existing order, push 4. If you are needing technical assistance, checking on a repair, or needing to place a parts order, call 662-323-0549. For Ameritron, call 662-323-8211.
I guess nobody at Ameritron wants to take an order today. Let's try a different phone number, I guess. This is so stupid. Oh, this is great. Okay. Corporate America, everybody. Apparently the secret squirrel phone number is 662, I'll put it on the screen here, 323-0549, supposedly. Who knows at this point? Straight up MFJ on my phone. Oh my god. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, by the way. So there's no reason for them or anybody to be closed.
MFJ, this is. Can I help you?
Hey, I'm desperately just trying to reach somebody that can sell me a switch. You got time to help me, bud?
Yeah. What kind of switch do you need?
Well, it took 2 days for me to get help on the other phone line to find out what the part number was. It's a 5071151 is the part number. It's an on-off switch for an Ameritron 811.
Oh, okay. Let me put that in the system here and see what comes up. Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
So they're $2.50.
I know. Can I get 2 of them, please?
Yeah,
One to replace and one as a spare, right?
always.
Yeah.
What's your name? Okay. All right, just a minute. Yeah, it don't look like you're in the system.
Okay.
We'll remedy that though.
Alrighty.
What's your email?
boxbuilderidaho@gmail.com.
boxbuilderidaho@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see. Do you have a call sign?
Is that even a thing anymore? Like, I can understand it in the 60s and 70s and 80s, but today I wouldn't, God, I'd be afraid to just get called on discrimination on that. Is that really a thing?
Well, you don't have to give it to me if you don't want to.
I was just like, that's,
Well,
yeah, it's very interesting,
no,
but okay.
well, we use it to look up people.
I'm aware of that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, I mean, I'm not looking up anything criminal or anything.
I'm actually ordering this for a friend of mine because he contacted me saying that you guys wouldn't even sell him a Switch because he doesn't have a call sign to give you.
Well, that's bullshit.
I was like, no, wait a minute. In corporate America today, I don't think so.
No, he's pulling your leg.
Okay. All right. Fair
I
enough.
wouldn't believe the people that buy amplifiers that are CBers.
Bud, you wouldn't believe the people I deal with being an amplifier repair technician.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Okay, what's your address? Okay, your grand total with the shipping is $14.
Oh, hold the phone. I don't know if I can afford that or not. No problem. You let me know when you're ready for the credit card information.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
If you just want to send me a receipt via email, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay, we just sent it.
Thank you, sir. You've been very helpful, and I appreciate your time today.
No problem.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What are the chances that I just got to talk to the last human being in the company with a soul? What a sweet guy. All this for an on-off switch. It just goes to prove that with patience, you'll usually have success. And it also goes to prove that there are good people that work there. I'm in no way trying to discourage anybody from doing business with these guys. I'm in no way speaking ill about the business. It's just a huge company, right? And everybody's there for a reason. And we, as operators in a repair center like myself, we have to be empathetic to that. The gentleman that I got on the phone, sweet man. You can tell he's got a good soul. And I found at the core of it, I mean, yeah, there's some really interesting people in this hobby. At the core of it, there's a lot of really good people, and they just want to talk on the radio. And I honestly feel the gentleman that helped me on the phone was one of those people. And the gal that the operator that helped me the first day on this, and the gal that helped me on the second day on this, and the dude that helped me in the tech department on this. It just took a lot of time. And I found it almost comical, the amount of phone numbers I had to call to order a $2 switch. So I thought I'd share this struggle with you. Maybe someone at Ameritron will see this, maybe somebody won't. It doesn't matter. Like I said, in no way am I trying to do anything that would cast them in a negative light or try in any way discourage anybody from doing business with them, because they've made products now for a long time, and there's a lot of operators out there that have equipment made by them and they're enjoying their hobby. It's just food for thought. Gentlemen, I thought it was hilarious, and I want to say thank you for watching. If there's anything I can do to help you, don't hesitate to give me a call. The phone number's on the wall. It's also on the webpage. I'll see you. Have a great rest of your week. Click, click, click.